The Meridian's promise died screaming through atmosphere, scattering its cargo of hope across alien soil. Jessica Moore crawled from the wreckage with broken ribs and a medkit, the only one who'd worn her crash harness properly. The emergency beacon blinked uselessly. The comm array was slag. She found the den on her third day of stumbling through purple forests, drawn by high-pitched keening that her wildlife rehabilitator brain recognized instantly. Hungry bobbies. 3 wolf-like cubs huddled in the darkness, covered in midnight fur marked with silver crescents, larger than earth wolves with 6 legs and 4 amber eyes each. The adult corpse near the entrance, their mother, had been dead perhaps 2 days. The cubs were skeletal. Jessica's rational mind cataloged the danger. Unknown biology, probable predators, likely aggressive when mature. Her heart, trained by years of feeding orphaned foxes and raccoons, didn't care. She spent her first week on Crester making nutritional paste from processed rations and dripping it into desperate mouths. The cubs, Ash, Ember, and Little Storm, accepted her offerings with animalistic pragmatism. They had no choice. By week 3, they followed her everywhere. By month 6, they hunted for her. Jessica built shelter in the den's outer chamber. She learned their body language, their pack dynamics. Ash, the eldest, was cautious and strategic. Ember burned hot and protective. Storm, smallest but quickest, absorbed everything with eerie intelligence. She taught them by accident. When Ash snapped at Storm over food, Jessica intervened, not with violence but with patient redirection. The strongest takes what they want, said the cub's instincts. The strongest provides, taught Jessica's hands. Years blurred together. Jessica's uniform became pelts. Her skin weathered bronze. The cubs grew massive, towering over her, capable of crushing her skull with casual jaw pressure. They never did. When she fell sick that second winter, they brought her food and curled around her for warmth, their combined bulk a living furnace. She taught them to hunt strategically, to protect weaker pack members, to resolve disputes without bloodshed. They taught her the forest's rhythms, which plants would kill her, how to read the moons for weather. The ship arrived on a spring morning, its shadow making the forest animals fall silent. The Crester delegation was impressive, massive wolf beings in ceremonial armor, radiating controlled menace. Their leader, Graithver, had come personally to investigate the alien presence. Jessica stood before them, flanked by her 3 companions, and tried to remember diplomacy protocol. Then Ash stepped forward. The delegation froze. Ember and Storm moved to Jessica's sides, protective but not aggressive. "You are the lost heirs," Graithver's translator rendered his shock clearly. "We tracked your mother's death scent years ago. We assumed you'd perished. You are of the prime bloodline. Your mother was pack leader of the Northern Territories." Ash's response rumbled through Jessica's bones. The translator crackled. "This human found us dying. She fed us when she had little, protected us when we were weak. She taught us that strength is not taking, strength is providing. That true pack leadership means protecting those who cannot protect themselves." Graithver stared at Jessica, tiny, scarred, completely vulnerable among apex predators who treated her as precious cargo. "For 5,000 seasons," he said slowly, "we have ruled by fang and dominance. The strongest takes, the weak serve or die." His 4 eyes fixed on her. "You have corrupted the heirs with alien weakness." Jessica's heart hammered, then Ember spoke. "We 3 are the strongest of our generation. We have taken down prey that elder packs failed to catch. We have defended territory against challengers twice our size. We are not weak." A pause. "We are strong because of what she taught us. A pack that only takes eventually has nothing left to take. A pack that protects grows stronger with every member that thrives." Storm added, quieter, "The old ways made us mighty, but they also made us alone. We wish to propose new pack law." The delegation erupted in growls and protests. But Graithver raised a paw for silence. studying the 3 young wolves who should have been feral, should have been dead, who instead stood educated, articulate, and radiating the kind of confidence that only comes from absolute security. "Show me," he said finally. Over the following weeks, the Crester observed. They watched Ash settle territorial disputes through resource sharing. They watched Ember organize cooperative hunts that fed twice as many. They watched Storm establish a system where injured and elderly pack members contributed through teaching and planning rather than being abandoned. They watched Jessica, the weakest being on the planet, command absolute loyalty from 3 of its most powerful through nothing but love and care. The human contact ship arrived to find Jessica sitting in on planetary council meetings, translating concepts like conservation biology and sustainable population management, while her 3 adopted children revolutionized Crester society. Captain Williams barely recognized her. "Moore, we thought you were dead. We came to recover remains." Jessica smiled, Ash's massive head resting casually on her shoulder. "I was dead. Then I found something to live for." "The Crester want to open relations," Storm explained to the stunned human delegation. "They wish to learn what humans call compassion, to integrate it with our strength." Graithver stepped forward. "We were the strongest species in our sector. We conquered through might." His translator carried something like wonder. "But we never thought to ask, what is the mightiest thing a strong being can do? Your kind showed us protect the vulnerable, build them up. The strength that creates is greater than the strength that destroys." The humans exchanged glances, recalibrating everything they'd assumed about first contact. Ember leaned down to Jessica, translator rendering fondness. "Mother, they're scared of us." "Most people are scared of what they don't understand," Jessica said, scratching behind Ember's ear. "That's why we teach." As the diplomatic talks began, Jessica Moore, failed colonist, accidental xenoanthropologist, and possibly the most influential human in galactic history, sat surrounded by her children and thought about all the orphaned raccoons she'd bottle-fed back on Earth. Sometimes the smallest acts of kindness grow into something mighty. Subscribe to the channel to catch all our new stories.